Welcome to the Wow Factor. This is a member video series for Business Networking International. Welcome, Thomas Brown from Buzzmasters. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Paul.
Good. My name is Paul Myers. I'm with Clark Communications. We're both members of our local North Bay Business Networking International chapter. And today we wanted just to kind of talk to Thomas, maybe ask him 3 or 4 questions about his experience within Business Networking International. So Thomas, let me start with, why did you choose BNI, Business Networking International, as an organization to grow your business?
So we're a business-to-business company. So we obviously referrals are kind of the strongest source of new business for us. Business Networking International being a referral-based networking organization, it was kind of a natural fit for the business that we're in. We had also been, if I'm looking back, we were members for 2 years before I kind of sat down in the seat and took it over. But the initial decision was made around how do we get access to more networking opportunities in a small town like North Bay? How can we connect with like-minded business owners to not only find new opportunities, but also hopefully enjoy some mentorship and some community. So BNI was an excellent fit for that. And now that I'm kind of sitting in the chair and enjoying the benefits of the chapter, I see just how much value we've been getting for the last 2.5 years. So it's been an excellent experience.
That's awesome. Listen, I know Buzzmasters is doing some pretty cool things in the video production space, but give us a wow factor about your business. What does that look like?
So yeah, we a lot of people look at us as video production. I like to say we're video branding because we have a background in brand strategy and communication strategy that we kind of empower all of our processes with. We try to distinguish ourselves on, the customer service experience that we provide. We're very intentional about how we communicate with our clients. We're very intentional about how we plan our projects and how we estimate our projects. We're pretty proud to say that we've never missed an estimate that we've provided to a customer in the almost 5 years we've been doing this. And that really comes down to the quality of the planning and the preparation that we do. So yeah, those are kind of the key things. The other big differentiator is we're not just your average solo videographer. Your average solo videographer may or may not have the background in branding and communications that we do, and their capacity is really limited. So us being a full production team, we've got professionals working in all areas of production. So we can overlap some of our production efforts and expedite our production timelines as a result of that. So yeah, those are kind of the 3 key differentiation factors that we like to cite when people ask us that.
It's awesome. And maybe a little bit about what sets you apart from similar businesses in the space, whether locally or regionally.
Those are kind of related to what I just said. From a technology perspective, I come from a software engineering background. So we're things I can expand on is, we're very intentional about how we handle our data. Our customers are spending significant investments just for one shoot day, typically, because we're not just sending one person on set, we're sending 2 to 3 people on average. So the customer cost for one shoot day is significant enough that if we were to lose that data, that would be a serious misstep on our part. So we've put a lot of infrastructure in place to make sure that at the moment of recording our footage, it's being saved in 2 separate spots automatically. The first thing we do after a shoot day is we bring that back to the studio. It gets uploaded onto our computer and backed up onto our local data server. That data server is backed up on a third-party offsite server as well. So we haven't had a loss of data up to this point, and I don't foresee us having one, assuming nothing crazy happens with our technology infrastructure. So there's that. And also from a production equipment standpoint, we're shooting on cinematic cameras and lenses. We've got all sorts of specialized rigging equipment because we've done a lot of work in manufacturing environments where there'll be big press machines that are slamming, and you can see those subtle movements in the frame of the camera. So we've had to purchase some equipment to make accommodations for that. We also have a green screen studio that, a lot of video production companies don't have access to. And we're the only one in the North Bay region in Northern Ontario that I can find that has our own green screen studio. And so, yeah, it's been a great resource for us to be able to do some of the smaller budget projects for customers in the North Bay region.
Yeah, I know we've used that green screen room as well, and it's very cool. So it's an awesome asset to have. And maybe lastly, how did you come about choosing the business you're in, or did it choose you? What does that look like?
This story goes back a long way. So far that when I was in like early elementary school, my grandfather actually bought me a briefcase full of office supplies and stuff because he could see my desire to be an entrepreneur or a business person later in my life. And I carried that briefcase around with me to school and stuff and got made fun of for it, but I didn't care because that was the future I was building for myself. And I was proud of that. And I still am. I went on in high school to really focus in on technology and communication studies. So Comtech was a key component of my high school education. I really loved that course. I went into it with some pre-existing skill set because I had a cousin who had done a web development program through I think it's Centennial, or I don't know, whatever college is in Ottawa. And he showed me his website. He showed me the back end code. I went home that weekend and built my own website strictly from memory. And so that was kind of a signal to me that there was something more there. And that was kind of my first foray into programming and communications technology. Ultimately, I took that motivation. I signed up for some adult education courses through Canada College, summer education courses. I did my HTML 1 and 2. I did graphic design and animation course. So when I got into Comtech in high school, I already kind of had that skill set. And it's funny because I wanted to go on in high school to do like special effects for films because I think The Perfect Storm had just come out. And I remember looking at the water effects and just being totally blown away that the technology existed to do these things. But I didn't have the arts credits to go on and do that. So I ended up taking more of a business software approach to my career. I went to Seneca College and did their software development program. Which, during that time, all the iPad technology was just coming out. So I got the benefit of learning app development from my post-secondary experience. And I really focused on like Java enterprise development. Anyways, it's funny how it came back in a roundabout way because I ended up moving back to North Bay. I had a job as a software developer, ended up consulting. And then when my consulting opportunities kind of ran out, I started building websites just to kind of make ends meet financially. But through the process of doing that, I was always asking myself, well, this is great. I can build a nice website, but how do I get more traffic onto that website? And how do I get more of that traffic to actually complete a profitable action on behalf of my customers? So that kind of opened up the can of like marketing and branding and digital marketing and all these things. So I went down this rabbit hole and ended up kind of consulting with local businesses in our region about, here are the opportunities that are before you on digital, like take advantage of them and compete on a much wider scale than you are. And through the process of running that business, I encountered my two founding partners, Ryan and Brandon, and we ended up striking up a collaboration called Buzzmasters, which initially more of like a social media events marketing service where we would go to events with cameras in hand, get the photos, get the video, do the post-production on site, do the publishing on site, do the community engagement on site. But naturally, it kind of evolved as we hired staff. We were hiring, film study students who came in with pretty specialized experience and skill sets. And that kind of pushed us down this path of becoming specialists in video. And obviously empowered with Ryan's background and all the learning I had done in my previous business, it came together really nicely. And that's the niche we kind of sit in now. And it's funny to see how that's all kind of come back, where Comtech was such a passion early in my life. And I kind of moved away from it. And now I'm sitting back in that as a leader of a startup organization.
That's awesome, man. Great story. Thank you. You guys are doing very well. I'm excited to see your growth and some great things happening. And I thank you so much for hopping on and being a great member of our local Business Networking International chapter. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Likewise. Thanks for having me, Paul.
Okay. Thank you.